The year was 1976. Disco was king, and the vibrant energy of the era was palpable. The streets were alive with the sounds of music, laughter, and the unmistakable rhythm of the 70s. Bell-bottoms were in style, and everyone seemed to be embracing the bold and colorful fashion trends of the time. Teenagers roamed the streets in their eclectic outfits, embodying the carefree spirit that defined the decade. The air was filled with a sense of freedom and possibility, as people enjoyed the simple pleasures of life. Whether it was a spontaneous gathering at a local park or a lively party at a friend's house, the spirit of the 70s was all about living in the moment. But on a chilly February night in the peaceful town of Forest Hills, Michigan, a chill of a different kind settled over the community, a chill that would linger for decades. The serene suburban streets, usually so inviting, took on an eerie quality as the night deepened. As darkness fell, casting long shadows across manicured lawns, the town seemed to hold its breath. The familiar sights of the neighborhood were cloaked in an unsettling stillness, as if the very air was charged with a sense of foreboding. Inside the warm, cozy homes, 3 young babysitters, entrusted with the care of innocent children, went about their evening routines. They chatted, played games, and ensured the little ones were safe and sound, unaware of the danger that lurked just beyond the walls. Unaware of the evil lurking nearby, they had no reason to suspect that this ordinary night would be their last. The shadows outside seemed to move with a life of their own, concealing a malevolent presence that watched and waited. The youngest of the 3, 13-year-old Lisa, was looking forward to a night of fun with her friends the next day. She had plans to go to the movies and maybe even grab some ice cream afterward, her mind filled with the innocent excitement of youth. 16-year-old Mary, known for her infectious laugh, was likely absorbed in a book. She loved to lose herself in stories, finding solace and adventure within the pages, her laughter often echoing through the house as she read. And 19-year-old Jacqueline, the responsible one, was probably tidying up after the children in her care had gone to bed. She took her duties seriously, always making sure everything was in order before she allowed herself to relax. Little did they know that their paths were about to cross with that of a cold-blooded killer. The night, which had begun with such normalcy, was about to descend into a nightmare that would haunt the town of Forest Hills for years to come. The following morning, the unthinkable happened. Panic spread through the quiet community as news spread that the 3 babysitters had vanished. Their families, gripped by fear and disbelief, clung to the hope that their daughters would be found safe. But as the hours turned into an agonizing day, a sense of dread began to set in. The search for the missing girls ended tragically. Lisa was found first, her lifeless body discovered in a ditch on the outskirts of town. Her young life, filled with so much promise, had been brutally cut short. The community held its breath, praying that Mary and Jacqueline would be found alive. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. The discovery of Mary and Jacqueline's bodies, mere miles from where Lisa had been found, sent shockwaves through Forest Hills. The once peaceful community was now united by grief and terror. Parents held their children a little tighter, their hearts heavy with the knowledge that such a horrific crime could happen in their own backyard. The murders, as brutal as they were senseless, left an indelible scar on the psyche of Forest Hills. The once familiar streets now seemed menacing, the shadows harboring unseen dangers. The idyllic bubble of safety had been shattered, replaced by an undercurrent of fear that would linger for years to come. The police, working tirelessly to solve the heinous crime, followed every lead, interviewed countless people, and pieced together every shred of evidence. They worked around the clock, driven by a sense of duty and the hope of bringing justice to the victims and their families. But the killer, it seemed, had vanished without a trace. The investigation, hampered by the limited forensic technology of the time, hit one dead end after another. Each promising lead turned into a frustrating dead end, and every piece of evidence seemed to raise more questions than answers. As days turned into weeks, then months, then years, the trail went cold. The families of the victims, their grief compounded by the lack of answers, were left to grapple with the agonizing reality that their daughter's killer might never be brought to justice. They held on to hope, but with each passing day, that hope dimmed. The community, once hopeful that the perpetrator would be apprehended, slowly began to resign itself to the fact that the Babysitter Murders might remain unsolved. The sense of foreboding lingered in the air, and the once tight-knit community was left to deal with the haunting memory of the unsolved crimes. The case, now a cold one, served as a grim reminder of the fragility of justice and the enduring pain of unanswered questions. Section 5. Decades of silence. The years that followed were a time of uneasy quiet in Forest Hills. The memory of the murders faded into the background, but it never truly disappeared. It lingered in the whispers of parents warning their children to be careful, in the watchful eyes of neighbors looking out for one another, and in the unspoken fear that still clung to the town like a shroud. The case, though officially cold, never truly left the minds of the detectives who had worked so tirelessly to solve it. The files, filled with dead ends and unanswered questions, gathered dust on a shelf, a constant reminder of the justice that had been denied. Section 6. A glimmer of hope. DNA technology reopens the case. In 2018, over 4 decades after that fateful night in 1976, a glimmer of hope emerged from the shadows. Advances in DNA technology, once the stuff of science fiction, had become a reality. Evidence from the case, long thought to be useless, was re-examined using cutting-edge techniques. Finally, a break in the case. The DNA profile extracted from a piece of evidence found at one of the crime scenes was entered into a national database. A match was found, a man named John Doe, with a history of violent offenses. Could this be the break they had been waiting for? Section 7. Unanswered questions. The DNA match sent a surge of hope through the community of Forest Hills. Could this be the answer to their prayers? The long-awaited resolution to a case that had haunted them for over 4 decades? The police, armed with this new evidence, reopened the investigation, determined to finally bring the perpetrator to justice. But the DNA match, while a significant development, was just the beginning. John Doe, now a man in his 60s, had yet to be located and questioned. And even if apprehended, would he be able to provide the answers that had eluded investigators for so long? Section 8. The enduring impact, a community forever changed. The Babysitter Murders, though a tragedy of unimaginable proportions, had a profound impact on the community of Forest Hills. The once unwavering sense of safety was replaced by a heightened awareness of the dangers that lurked in the shadows. Parents, once content to let their children roam freely, became more protective, instilling in them the importance of stranger danger and self-defense. The community, united by tragedy, rallied together, implementing neighborhood watch programs, improving street lighting, and taking other measures to ensure that such a horrific event would never happen again. Section 9. Lessons learned, heightened awareness and safety measures. The Babysitter Murders served as a chilling reminder that even in the most idyllic of communities, evil could lurk beneath the surface. The serene facade of Forest Hills was shattered, revealing the underlying vulnerabilities that many had overlooked. It was a wake-up call, urging residents to reconsider their sense of security and the measures they had in place to protect their loved ones. The case, though still shrouded in mystery, highlighted the importance of vigilance, community involvement, and the need for constant advancements in forensic technology. Community members gathered at town hall meetings, voicing their concerns and brainstorming solutions. Law enforcement agencies collaborated more closely with forensic experts, seeking innovative ways to solve crimes and prevent future incidents. Neighborhood watch groups became more active, patrolling the streets and fostering a sense of unity and shared responsibility. The legacy of Lisa, Mary, and Jacqueline lived on, not only in the hearts of those who loved them, but in the lessons learned and the changes implemented to ensure the safety and well-being of future generations. Their tragic loss became a powerful motivator for the community, driving efforts to create a safer environment. Memorials and vigils served as poignant reminders of the lives lost, inspiring ongoing commitment to vigilance and safety. Their story, a stark reminder of the fragility of life, served as a catalyst for positive change, transforming Forest Hills into a community determined to prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again. Parents became more vigilant, walking their children to school and ensuring they were never alone. Security measures, such as installing cameras and organizing neighborhood watch programs, became commonplace. The community's collective effort to enhance safety and awareness was a testament to their resilience and dedication to protecting one another.